The babies are gone, and honestly, Gerald, it's better this way. That was the first thing I heard when I came back to the world. Not my name. Not is she awake. Not the sound of someone who loved me crying in a corner somewhere. Just my mother's voice, flat and practical, drifting through the wall like she was discussing a cancelled dinner reservation. I didn't move. I don't know why. Something animal in me said, stay still, stay small, don't let them know you're here yet. So I kept my eyes shut and my breathing slow, and I lay there in that stiff hospital bed with tubes in my arm in a hollow place in my body where my children used to be. She'll recover, my father said. She's strong, she doesn't need to know everything right away. Daniel. My husband. His voice was lower than the others, careful in the way he got when he was managing a situation. Let her rest first, let her rest. Like I was a problem they were scheduling around, I pressed my tongue to the roof of my mouth and counted to 3. The machines beside me beeped. Once. Twice. The fluorescent light above bled pink through my closed eyelids, and the smell of antiseptic sat so thick in the back of my throat I almost gagged on it. My body ached in places I couldn't name, a deep bone-level soreness that felt less like injury and more like the physical memory of something being taken. The doctor had come earlier. I remembered his face more than his words, the practiced neutrality of someone who delivers impossible news often enough that it no longer costs him anything. He said late trimester. He said complications. He said I'm so sorry, Mrs. Ashford, and then he said the part that I had been turning over ever since, the part I kept pressing on like a bruise. You won't be able to carry again. The timing worked out, my mother said. Vivian's ceremony is in 2 days. Having Claire conscious and asking questions would have complicated things. I stopped counting. Ceremony, everything is in place, my father said, and I could hear the satisfaction in it, that particular tone he used when a deal closed clean. The shaman confirmed it. The sacrifice has to happen before the announcement. That's the condition, and the announcement is Friday, Daniel said. Friday. My father agreed. I lay there and the word sacrifice went through me like cold water, and I thought, they're not talking about an animal. They're not talking about money or a merger or some symbolic gesture at a board meeting. They're talking about my babies. My hands were flat against the mattress. I made them stay there. She'll be devastated, my brother Thomas said. He was the only one who sounded even slightly uncomfortable, and even that lasted about 4 seconds before he added, but she'll get through it. Claire always gets through things. That's why we chose her, my mother said, almost gently. That's why we chose her. I had spent 32 years in this family. 32 years trying to be enough, trying to understand why the warmth in this house always seemed to stop just before it reached me, why Vivian got the soft eyes and I got the approving nods, why I always felt like a guest at my own dinner table. I had told myself it was in my head. I had told myself I was too sensitive. I had told myself that families were complicated and love looked different for different people, and I just needed to try harder, love louder, be more. 32 years, chosen. Like I was an instrument. The car was clean, my father asked. Completely, Daniel said. No way to trace it back. The car. My accident. The one that had taken my babies and apparently my ability to ever carry another child, according to the doctor's careful, rehearsed words from earlier. Not an accident. Not black ice or a blown tire or someone running a red light. My husband organized it. I kept breathing. In through the nose. Slow. Measured. The same way I used to breathe through panic attacks in the bathroom at Harman Industries galas when the room got too loud and too bright and I just needed 1 minute to be a person instead of Gerald Harman's quiet daughter. In through the nose. Out. Once Vivian is announced Friday, Claire becomes irrelevant, my mother said. She'll grieve. She'll recover.